Deck, is this thing on? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever episode of the, I don't even have a fucking name. I don't even have a name yet. Jesse podcast that discusses all things anime, gaming, and pop culture. I'm not quite sure what the name will be. We did have a name before called Anagame, but it turns out a ton of other people thought of that as a cool name too. So I might just I think it's better to start it and then figure it out later, and just roll with the punches. It's obviously in life, I always have this theory, perfection is poverty. And sometimes when I'm sitting there trying to think too much of how to get something going or what project I want to do next, or damn, I really wish this was that. Sometimes I just say, shut up, just do it, see what happens, and live with it. But this last episode was weekend. This last weekend was a big one. All right. We have a few things to talk about. The top one at the list is Garp's planetary impact. Okay. Or galaxy impact, excuse me. It's just, it rocked the planet. That's for sure. I bet people felt that somewhere in East Blue, West Blue. They were like, oh shit, what's going on? They felt that. We'll talk about that soon. I also want to talk about, the season finale of House of the Dragon 2, episode 2. Just give my review. No spoilers. Don't worry. I also want to talk about my personal theory for Robert Downey Jr. in becoming Doom in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then I want to end it with a little My Hero Academia tribute. It just ended. The manga did. And I don't want to give anything away. But it might be the final season too. It feels like they're rushing that thing along and they're just trying to get it out there and finish it up. So, yes, I say let's get started by talking about that Galaxy Impact was so good. And I think it's a message that other animes should be paying attention to. First of all, if you haven't seen it, you should probably click off of this and go watch it. Even if you have never seen One Piece, look up Garp. What the hell? I always want to say planetary impact. Galaxy Impact. Look up Garp's Galaxy Impact or just go to Crunchyroll. I think it's the newest video on their YouTube. Check it out. The animation is stellar. It's phenomenal. It's so good. And they have their secret weapon, Vincent Chansard, which I don't know if he even works on other animes anymore. He did work on Jujutsu Kaisen for a second, and the work environment, he said he'll never support them ever again, blah, blah, blah. And then now it looks like he's only with, I believe, One Piece's Toei Animation. So now he's only with Toei Animation. Anyways, that Galaxy Impact, I think it sends a message to other animes, just personally, my idea, that I think that other animes should start stepping up their game when it comes to animation. One Piece, well, I don't know what their budget is compared to everybody else, or budget per episode compared to everybody else, but One Piece is a weekly anime. You know what I'm saying? These episodes are coming out weekly. Sometimes they pause a week to get the animation dialed in right, but it's coming out weekly, all right? That's beautiful to me. That's crazy that they come up with the craziest animation that I've ever seen while maintaining a weekly schedule. Whereas you got I don't know, other animes coming out like Kaiju number 8. I bet that they probably got a pretty decent budget, but I don't know where it went. And I mean, I'd like to do more research on that because now I'm just talking shit. But I felt like the animation could have been better. There were some good moments in Kaiju number 8, but I think it's about time that we diversify our animation. We step away from specific animation styles and start treading waters into new animations. So for example, if you look at One Piece, I think we should take One Piece as the culmination of this. One Piece has different artists come in, or animators, and do their damn thing and pop off and then just leave or come back some other time. So far, their number one seems to be Vincent Chansard. We got Megumi Ishitani, who's come back a few times as a director, and she's personally my favorite. But seeing these animations, it doesn't take away from the storytelling itself. So I wish that they would carry on some more animators into these animes, because then you get a variety of I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. And then you just get to enjoy this crazy animated sequence and get to know somebody else. Like Vincent Chansart, I would have never known his name if I didn't see like Zoro versus King fight and his impact frames. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I look up a show reel. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. Like he has his own style. So bringing that style from each individual animator to like something like Solo Leveling, you know what I'm saying? Where Solo Leveling was kind of lacking. I think we could all agree on that. I'm not trying to bash on it. It was lacking in animation. And I feel like Solo Leveling is reliant upon its animation because you're constantly upgrading the main character. The manhwa was, like stellar in terms of drawing. I really liked how it was drew out. But in terms of animation, Solo Leveling was lacking, and I think they could learn a thing or two from One Piece. I think a lot of places should learn a thing or two from One Piece, and Garp's Galaxy Impact was a big attestament to that. Because if you look close at the Galaxy Impact, some frames had like 3 or 4 colors total. You know what I'm saying? Like some frames, it almost seemed like low resolution, like not high quality animation. And I think it goes to show like it doesn't have to be high quality for it to be good. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I mean, just copy Vincent Chansart. No, I'm kidding. When he actually blows up the ground and the blast goes off, I feel like there's like only 4 colors in the area. I did a reaction video. It's going to be out tomorrow. What's tomorrow? August 6th on Facebook. And I just felt like some of the animation in there was so good. And it was just so simple. And I don't think that you have to drop a crazy budget in order to get animation like that. But you do need a creative person. That creative person could cost an arm and a leg. So I get it. I get it. There's a little bit more to it. But Garp's Planetary Devastation. Bro, I can't. Galaxy Impact. It was definitely a really cool moment. It's kind of funny that Garp did that for Colby, which Colby is his like heir, kind of like his prodigy, his the person beneath him that watches him type shit. There is that. So I do understand that, but he really let old boy Ace just pass away. He's like, yo, I can't do anything for you, Ace. Which Ace, if I remember correctly, Ace was never his son, but he raised him like his son, or raised him like a grandson. And Luffy too, right? I don't know. I might have had that family tree twisted, but I know that Garp was the one raising them, and then they became pirates, which is kind of funny. It's just in their blood, man. They can't help it. But now he's out here for Colby, that pink-haired little shit, and just like handling business, bodying a whole economy, bro. He's about to be a November election, bro. Just coming down on everybody, telling everybody to save their money and get out the city, dude. Yeah, that was awesome. More on that from my reaction video. You'll definitely see more, but it was super cool. I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon. But before we get to that, I'm going to check and see if we have any questions from the chat about the Galaxy Impact or Garp in general. So if anybody has any questions right now, we're gonna check them out, answer them, and talk about them together. First of all, hello everybody. I know it's different format, starting off with the podcast, and I know that I'm not exactly talking to the chat directly, but there will be times where I talk to the chat, and then yes. So I just want to let you guys know this is one of those times. People are like, Carlos says people are out here like went all out for Cody and not Ace. I'm like, one's a Marine. Exactly. So I agree with that. He is a Marine. He is his prodigy. And then the other two, Luffy and Ace, decided not to be in the Marines. They decided to live this life of being a pirate, which Garp is against. You know, he's not going to kill him. He's not going to hurt him, but he's against it, and their actions are their own consequences. Totally agree with you, Carlos. I do. But I still wish they did something for my boy, you know? We just liked Ace a lot, you know? Super Swoosh says the animation was dope. One Piece has its own style. It's a unique style, but it does change. Like if you noticed, Whole Cake Island was the One Piece style for like a long time. And then Wano completely changed to have like that bold lines outside the characters, and it was really interesting. and a nice, it was awesome to see One Piece change. And then they get to Egghead and there's like a softer look to it. There really is, if you look closely, there's like a little bit of a softer look, especially in the beginning episodes of One Piece. And I dig that. It definitely doesn't look like Wano anymore. Wano was like these thick, bold lines around the character. And I hope that they keep that going, where they keep changing the style every season or every arc. That would be amazing. Plus using different, Tiff says, plus using different artists, it's probably smart strategically so they don't get burnt out making a weekly anime. Yes, 110%. I totally agree. And I wonder if it's more frugal for these animators to what they first make a name for themselves, then go independent, or are they always in-house, or what's the deal? That is interesting to me to see how they go about that. And that must be tough to juggle that. But hopefully they're catching a check. Hopefully they're getting they just like run to the bank after they animate Garp blowing up a city, you know, killing a whole bunch of pirates. Look at Star Wars and how they made it a cartoon and now it's more of an anime animation. Dirty Bird said, yeah, didn't they come out with like a whole 8-episode, 10-episode series with anime animation? All of them were different. Same with X-Men old series compared to what X-Men 97 animation. That's true. X-Men 97 still retains that old animation though, but it's like updated. I do think it's pretty sweet. Dirty Bird says, Jesse, you're doing great. We love it. Thank you, bro. Okay, cool. So that's all the conversation for Galaxy Impact. We're going to move on to the next subject. So like I said, the Galaxy Impact was way cooler than the season finale for House of the Dragon 2. I don't want to give away spoilers. I'm just going to give away how I thought about it and how I felt about it. I thought there was great dialogue. I kind of always loved the dialogue. If there's one thing I could always fall back on, it's being inspired by the actors and their dialogue, because they just fucking delivered, don't they? They're like Amazon next day, same day, dog. Like they're killing it. And it's so enjoyable to watch them conclude these arcs and to dance around their words in a way. I did feel like Game of Thrones was more interesting though with the dialogue, but the season 2 finale didn't exactly pop off like a lot of people expected. And I think it has to do with the season 1 finale, not just Game of Thrones, but the season 1 finale, because the season 1 finale, we saw that motherfucking kid get eaten in the middle of the air on top of his dragon, head falling to the ground. That shit was gnarly and amazing. And it just left you being like mouth on the ground. Given this season did 8 episodes, I don't know why they decided to do 8 episodes, so we're gonna fucking speculate. What I think happened is that the story that they wanted to tell, they already knew was dragging on, and they wanted to save the meat for season 3 and season 4. I talked to a few friends who have read the books, and I think I'm gonna read the books too, but they said that season 3, season 4 is where it's probably gonna get really juicy. Season 3, season 4 are not confirmed, but I bet they're going to do season 3. And I bet it ends after 4 seasons. I just have a feeling like this doesn't feel like it's going to be a really long story. And hopefully they don't milk the hell out of it. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that on behalf of everybody. But this season, it kind of dragged. I felt like some arcs could have happened a lot quicker than others. I saw a comment where somebody said they could have summed up season 2 in an email. Like, damn. Like, you could have just gave us an email recap of season 2. So, I mean, episode 4 of season 2, I'm going to give spoilers because it's not the finale. That dragon fight was super, super cool. The second to last episode of season 2, you've had enough time to watch it, spoiler, the dragon selection was really fun. And I think that seeing how that comes to fruition in the final episode was interesting. And you get to see new dynamics, which I know will probably lead into some shit in season 3. But we're still missing a lot of juice. And it just feels like, dang it, we got to do 8 episodes because we don't want to give them the juice yet, because that part needs to be its own season, but also we got to give them some juice, but not enough. They didn't give us like hardly any juice. So yeah, I felt like that ending to the season wasn't super stellar. I did enjoy the season, but I'm not complaining also at the same time. I'm more like, I'm excited for season 3. I wouldn't say that I'm exactly the biggest fan of like Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. And I really like it. I'm just saying, like, I mean it in terms of You know, I'm not like fucking beating off every day, bro. Thinking about it. I'm not diving into fan fiction, fan theories. I'm not really inclined to read the books, although like now I kind of am. So like I said, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm probably definitely a bigger fan of like anime and whatnot, and like what's gonna happen that weekend. But I definitely am there for the episode when it airs on Sunday nights, and it was decent. What did get me hyped was seeing the Last of Us 2 preview. That Last of Us 2 preview. Oh man, Joel, what's gonna happen to you? Are they gonna get rid of Joel right away? I hope so. And then we also saw the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, another teaser for this hustle, you know, which could be cool. And then we saw The White Lotus, which is one of my favorite TV shows. Second season was, well, there's 3 seasons now, right? Yeah. White Lotus is pretty good. That's a damn good show. But anyways, House of Dragon finale, if I were to put it on a scale from 1 to 10, I think your boy would give it a 7.7. Is that fair? What do you think? You think that's fair? All right, now we're gonna take this to the questions in the chat. All that's left is Blood and Fire. What is Blood and Fire, Tiff? Okay, now some juicy stuff. Now we're gonna move into the next part, man. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I've expressed a little bit of how I felt about this on my stream, and how I feel just immediately is I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed through the roof. When I first read Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom, I was like, did I miss the fucking clip? Did I miss the Comic-Con clip? Like, is somebody joking with me? Is this guy really coming back? The answer is yeah, he came back. He's not messing around. He came back. So Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, I think a lot of people might have got it twisted because they're like, oh my God, Robert Downey Jr., he's Tony Stark. He makes the best Tony Stark. He can't be Dr. Doom. I think, I have a theory, okay? So when they were at the Comic-Con announcing the best actor of all time who could play Robert Downey, or who could play Dr. Doom, they also, at the very end of it, right before they announced them, they say the actor playing Victor Von Doom is Robert Downey Jr. So Robert Downey Jr., there's a few ways that this could happen, okay? And I'll tell you my favorite way, and then I'll tell you the ways that I'm like kind of reading about. My favorite way is Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark of our universe, that there is really a very minuscule amount of Tony Starks in the multiverse. I don't even think that we have a variant of Tony Stark from the multiverse. I don't think we've seen a single one. I think that we've seen What If, but is What If count as the multiverse, or does that count as like storytelling? Anyways, Robert Downey Jr., I think that I think that there's, here's how to explain it. In our universe, the sacred timeline, Tony Stark is the only Tony Stark out of the entire multiverse because both of his parents died. You know what I'm saying? His dad was a techie. His mom died. We don't know shit about his mom. Now, what we do know about Victor Von Doom's mom is that she's a witch. Keep that in mind. I think that in these other multiverses where Tony Stark's parents don't die, or maybe just the mom lives and the dad dies, I think these are all the variants of Tony Stark that become Victor Von Doom, which could be interesting. I think that I basically what I'm saying is that what if there's only one Tony Stark and he's in the sacred timeline, and in all these other timelines out there, it's Victor Von Doom, not Tony Stark. I would fuck with that. If they could pull it off, if they could twist it properly and, you know, get it going nice, I would fuck with that. I think that'd be exciting. But if we look at the actual comic book lore, I think there's 2 ways that this has gone down, okay? To where Victor Von Doom has become Tony Stark in two different ways, I mean. So one way is that Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark went to college together and they were roommates. And Tony Stark was a cocky asshole, right? He kind of like bring home chicks, drink beers and shit, and he's like still smarter than Victor Von Doom. And Victor Von Doom is just kind of like getting pissy because Victor Von Doom's working as hard as possible, and Tony Stark just comes in with a girl wrapped around his arm, and he's like, hey, yo, your equation's wrong. Like he'll just peek over his shoulder, hey, your equation's wrong. This is what you're missing. And it's like, fuck, Victor Von Doom sitting here studying all day long, trying to make sure that he gets it right and he gets money, but Tony Stark is always one step ahead of him. So knowing that Tony Stark wants to be a helpful member to the people around him, not just helpful, but kind of arrogantly be helpful. Like, I'm gonna help you because I want to show that I'm smart. Victor Von Doom starts working on a project in the basement. And then he keeps tinkering with this project. And then one day he asks Tony Stark, hey, you want to come see it? He brings Tony Stark down to see his project. And basically Victor Von Doom says, I wanted to create a machine that could help people move objects telekinetically. And I'm like, okay, like when I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Move things telekinetically. It's not the most exciting thing I've heard in Marvel. So that's where I'm starting to get interested. It's Victor Von Doom. There's got to be something else. So they get the project done. Him and Tony Stark together. Tony Stark agrees to work with him on it. They get the project done. He's like, hey, we're going to have, or Victor Von Doom's like, do you want to sit down and see if the power works on you? I don't think there's any downside effects. Tony Stark sits in it. Then Victor Von Doom lets him, like, then Tony Stark's arms get like clamped down. He's like, oh shit, I done fucked up. I'm the smartest man and I didn't see this coming. And Victor Von Doom is like, you know what, Tony Stark, I lied to your bitch ass. I actually want to take your brain. I want to switch consciousness. I want to switch who I am, put it into your body. I want to switch who you are and put it to my body. So they swap bodies. Tony Stark forgets everything. Tony Stark does not remember anything. And he gets like, basically, he's in Victor Von Doom's body, gets kicked out of like the college, gets kicked out of everything, and he has to grow from the ground up. He can't remember his entire past. He doesn't remember that he became Tony Stark in Victor Von Doom's body. So there's a whole parallel of now that Victor Von Doom is Tony Stark, he starts using his power and name and money to get whatever he wants and creates an Iron Man suit that is like, I think it was green. Yeah, Iron Man suit that was green and silver. Whereas Tony Stark, he's like coming up from poverty and he wants to help people and stuff like that. And he still knows that he's smart. He starts creating stuff for the world around him to like make things better. And he becomes he becomes Dr. Doom, but like orange. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they switch to color schemes. Whatever. Somehow they meet up against each other. And in this final moment, Tony Stark in Victor Von Doom's body beats his ass, right? It's like a back and forth, beats his ass. And Tony Stark looking at Victor Von Doom, which Victor Von Doom inside Tony Stark's body, I know this is kind of confusing. Victor Von Doom inside Tony Stark's body says to everybody, or it says to Tony Stark, if you spare me, I will give you your body back. And then this is when Tony Stark realizes that his body was switched. He forgot all about it. And then Victor Von Doom's like, I'll give you your body back, but you have to spare me. And Tony Stark says, fuck that. You've ruined the entire reputation. And now Victor Von Doom, the reputation of Victor Von Doom himself is way better. I'm not going to do that. Fuck you. And then that's basically the end of the story. Well, what could happen is right there, Victor Von Doom kills Tony Stark. This is a variation. Like Victor Von Doom kills Tony Stark within Victor Von Doom's body. Then you have Dr. Doom as Tony Stark forever. That could be one way. I don't think that's going to be the way because Robert Downey Jr. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Robert Downey Jr., he was on stage saying, new mask, same task, which is to put a suit of armor around the world, right? So I would understand if they called him Dr. Doom, like they're like, the new actor playing Dr. Doom is Robert Downey Jr. But they said Victor Von Doom is playing Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is playing Victor Von Doom. Victor Von Doom. This is not just the suit. This is the person that they're playing. So there's another storyline, and I'll make this one a lot less confusing and a lot quicker that I'm in the middle of reading. I don't know the end of it, but basically, somehow, one way or another, Tony Stark kind of dies, and Victor Von Doom basically just takes Tony Stark's armor, and he's Victor Von Doom within Tony Stark's Iron Man armor, and he has a change of heart and basically wants to save the world. So that's all I know right now. There's some really interesting plot elements unfolding. I'm in the middle of reading it. I read it on my freaking iPad, dude. It's actually really sick. I got like the Marvel Unlimited app, although it does cost money. It's pretty freaking sweet. I read it every night. This is how I fall asleep, by reading it. And you could like kind of like double tap, and you know, you could double tap to zoom in. It's super cool. It's honestly, it's great. Like, I'm not sponsored or anything. So that's really cool. That's exciting. Robert Downey Jr. becoming Doctor Doom. Those are 3 different ways that it could happen. I think they got to come up with a new way. I think they got to come up with a really interesting way, a new way, and we'll see what happens. But I think it's a good time to ask the people what they think. Hello, chat. I've never called you guys chat in my life, and I fucking cringe when I do it. But yes. Okay, so he's a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Robert Downey Jr., Doctor Doom might just be a variant. It might be. Yeah, for sure. It has to be. Because they even said at the Comic-Con, this is going to showcase the power and vast possibilities of the multiverse. Which I'm super excited to see Battle World. I'm super excited to see like the multiverse end, because that is the point of like Secret Wars. It ends the multiverse. That'll be exciting. Then we get Tony Stark back at this in the Sacred Timeline. No, I think he's leaving. The real question is, how big of an object can you move? With telekinetics? Yeah, true. If you can move like a building, that'd be crazy. Or a planet. Does it take place after Infinity War? I assume so, because, I mean, in the Marvel comics, they take place all over the place. Like, all these things, sometimes it's just a whole different set of things going on here. Whereas the MCU is one whole block. So it's kind of hard to say that if it takes place after Infinity War, because maybe Infinity War never happened in this timeline. Messed up the timeline during Endgame, and that RGJ survives and turns into Doctor Doom. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't even think they want to tie that back to Deadpool. They want to make it to where kids could watch the movie and understand what happened. I don't think it has anything to do with Deadpool for real. I think Deadpool was totally like a side thing, like a side thing that's not going to affect much, other than Deadpool will be in Secret Wars. I think he'll be in it. Oh, you lost me at, oh yeah, so Doctor Doom's mom is a witch, yeah. So maybe, yeah. Doctor Doom's mom is a witch. I don't know if in all timelines, but the 2 timelines that I read, yeah. Tom Cruise is supposed to play as Tony Stark variant, and people are saying RDJ Doctor Doom is just a variant in the timeline. I don't know about that. I think that was like an old rumor of Tom Cruise being Tony Stark. Yeah, I think that it would be Doctor Doom taking over Robert Downey Jr.'s body, maybe. I'm so curious to see what they do, but I'm definitely interested. I'm definitely not opposed to it. Iron Man dies and Doctor Doom takes his body. Could definitely be as simple as that. What's your start getting into the multiverse, especially after people have already died and now they come back in the other universes, but as different variants? It can get quite confusing. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is definitely confusing, and they have to make it very apparent that these are different. You know, these are different, like, fucking multiverse variants. Yeah. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens with Robert Downey Jr. becoming Doctor Doom. And I totally botched the second explanation, because it's hard to like. I need like popsicle sticks. Like, this is Robert Downey, or this is Tony Stark in Doctor Doom's body, and this is Doctor Doom in Tony Stark's body. But we'll see. They've never done a good rendition of Doctor Doom, in my opinion, in the films. So I really hope that these motherfuckers really like bring something out, bust it out, and show us something nice that we could be excited about for Doctor Doom. And I think Robert Downey Jr. will do a good job. I don't think he'll. I mean, I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. has like the same. I mean, he was Tony Stark, wasn't he? Like he just embodied. Like, I don't think he was acting. He was just maybe over accentuating who he is as a person. Seems to do that in like quite a bit of his roles, you know? So will we get hints of Tony Stark in Doctor Doom, or will we get something new? I don't think Robert Downey Jr. would agree to come back unless we got paid like $100 million or unless it seemed like it made sense. Like, oh yeah, this is actually a good one. This is going to be great. But yeah, here's the thing. Loki season 2 is an important timeline, which Kevin has stated that he will circle back to Loki anchoring the timelines. Makes sense? Makes sense? And by the way, what's up everybody in the chat? Just so you know, this first segment of the stream is the podcast. So yeah, we're podcasting right now. Oh my God, I'm podcasting. What the fuck? I think I'm gonna, I don't know if I'll keep this a live show or if I'll turn it into a regular show or if I'll, whatever. I don't know. I don't like the idea of you guys thinking that I'm not talking to you guys on purpose. Know what I mean? All right. Finally, this last weekend, My Hero Academia has ended. It's kind of hard not to spoil anything, so I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to say like a tribute that My Hero Academia was fucking awesome. And I wish that they would have kept that energy. Like I said, with the Galaxy Impact, I really wish that they would bring that animation back to the anime. Like, damn, bro. Like when he fought Overhaul, Deku fought Overhaul, that shit was sick. When Deku fought Bakugo, that shit was sick. Like sparring, dude. Where is that? Like, why did My Hero Academia lose the budget and lose steam? Was it because like of a boring season or something? I mean, there was like a kind of boring season. What season was boring? Was it when Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto? I might be fucking up his name. Shoto became like Endeavor's little, you know, they had a Shadow Endeavor. Is that when it got boring? I don't know. Cause like, I don't know. It seemed like the animation got boring after a whole situation. And like Shigaraki versus the whole school the first time, not in the Coffin in the Sky, but the first time, was such a sick fight to read in the manga. And for it to be animated the way it just, they oh, God dang it. Just did it a disservice, man. Makes me upset. But I do think it would be interesting to see My Hero Academia continue. Maybe this is like a different way of like creating a time skip. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up before I get into spoilers. But My Hero Academia was really good. I think it was really exciting, and I definitely think it was a perfect time for an anime to come out, especially about superheroes. How many other? There's probably a ton of animes about superheroes for sure, but this was a really good one. I definitely enjoyed getting my superhero fix in anime, in Invincible, in Marvel, in DC. It feels like you could like have a never-ending amount of superheroes as long as you tell a good story. And the story in My Hero Academia is pretty good. I don't necessarily want to review how it ended because I feel like even that is kind of spoilerish. It's kind of hard to like dive into My Hero Academia discussions or manga discussions. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to do that, especially like on some sort of talking platform. I feel like you almost have to make a video specifically for that, so that way people know that they're getting spoiled. Because if they want to listen to like some sort of podcast or some dude just ramble off about nothing, then, you know, they could do it without worrying about getting spoiled. But yeah, My Hero Academia is sweet. I really hope that they finish it off with really good animation. And yeah, as of right now, like the Coffin in the Sky fights, they're okay. They're just not that good. They're not amazing. It's just like good storytelling. I will say the music fucks in My Hero Academia, especially lately. Like the music is so good. Like it's very exciting every single time I listen to it. I just fucking enjoy it. Let me check out the comments. I really like the Fantastic Four movies 1 and 2 with the Silver Surfer. Those are the best so far. Hate the newer ones. What they done, yuck. Yeah, we'll see what they do with that new. We'll see what they do with the new Fantastic Four coming soon with Pedro Pascal. It's Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Multiverse is a very complicated concept. Infinite possibilities, with some being just minor changes, other being major changes. Yep, you're right. If you're doing a podcast, you should have a guest. No, I don't need a guest necessarily. I think that when you're doing I think that there could be podcasts with guests and podcasts solo. You know, I think podcast just means you're podcasting. You're casting your pod. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to have some guests. That's for sure. I definitely want to have some guests, but I definitely can't afford like getting all the equipment, getting multiple mics, all that shit right now. But if this turns into something that's kind of nice, you never know. You never know what could happen. I think that would be exciting. But I think every Monday I kind of want to do a podcast, just so you guys know, like just recap all the pop culture, fun stuff over the weekend, yada yada. Kind of give a little bit more meaning and a little bit more like live atmosphere feeling. Trust me, I got like some ideas to like kind of deck things out to where it's like, okay, you can follow along a little bit easier and understand things. Right now, I'm just like, let's go live and just make it happen. You know, sometimes, like I say, perfection is poverty. Yeah. Tower of God season 2 right now is out. Oh yeah, I haven't watched it. Is it good? Yeah, you guys are my guests right now. Yeah, this is cool. Hype for Arcane 2? Kinda. I definitely really liked Arcane, but I haven't watched it in so long that I kind of forgot a lot of the plot points. So I probably want to rewatch it. When does that come out? I wonder if I could react to fight scenes in that. I usually don't react to shit on Netflix because I don't know how they are, but yeah. I think that's it. Oh my God, did we just finish our first podcast?
Did I just fucking do that?
Yeah, what do I do now? I wasn't prepared. Do I just sign off? Like, I don't even have a sign off tag. Oh, fuck. No, but basically, just to wrap everything up, yes, I just want to let everybody know, I totally want to try to do something where I'm just conversating with you guys. I want to give a little bit more meaning and a little bit more excitement, something to look forward to. So that way, if you guys watch something over the weekend, you guys get to come back and then we get to discuss it together. The question is, would you guys prefer it on Mondays or Wednesdays? Because sometimes not everybody gets to watch the shit that happens on a Sunday. And then I don't want to go live discussing it. Well, then again, I'm not giving spoilers. I'm kind of just giving reviews. And then maybe just wait a week to discuss it. I don't know. What do you guys think? You like it, Kyle? Nice. Can't wait till Rings of Power season 2 comes out later this month. Dude, I gotta keep trying to watch that first season, bro. I really did not like it, but I gotta keep trying to watch it. If you're doing a podcast and playing a game, it should be separate streams. Yes. I think I'm going to end this stream and then start the Red Dead Redemption stream within like the next 5 minutes. I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna name the podcast. I don't know what taglines we're gonna have. I don't know what social hours we're gonna have. I don't know what unique puzzles or fun minutes we're gonna have. You know what I mean? But I do think that there's like a lot of concept to make things really fun, you know? To do like, to have like really cool conversations. Oh, something got stuck in my throat out of nowhere. I don't even have water. That was weird. So yeah, I definitely want to do more of this. But just like once a week. Doesn't have to be like every day. Sometimes it could even be like on the days that we don't. I want it to be consistent. Hopefully you stream on your birthday. What day is your birthday again? I might. If it's a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, most likely. But right now, I'm really busy doing this other like thing that you guys will see very soon. It's driving me crazy that I haven't kept, like this last week, it got way out of hand with hanging out with friends. And I'm trying to enjoy my summer while trying to be extremely dedicated to this other thing that I haven't told you guys about, that I know that everybody's going to love, and I hope it changes everybody's lives, and I think it's awesome. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I try not to stream more than that. You know what I mean? We need to talk Borderlands, like the movie? I'm not even super interested. Can we switch up the game today and do something totally random? Man, it's like about being prepared. So is that Dragon Ball game going to be like a Street Fighter? No, it's a 3D Street Fighter. Yeah. You pulled the trigger and did the first episode. The first episode is done, right, Tiff? That's what I'm saying. So anyways, that's the Jesse Show. Oh my God. If I look at this like in a few years from now, bro, am I going to like punch myself in the face? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to conclude this podcast, our first ever podcast. We'll see if we continue doing it again. We'll see what's up with like news. I'll try to dance around like spoiler stuff more and see how we could discuss it. Maybe I'll make spoiler sections of the podcast. So the first half is not spoilery. The last half is spoilery, and then cut those into videos separately, whatever. But yeah, guys, That was super enjoyable. I definitely appreciate your time. And we're going to conclude this and then start something new. We're going to conclude this. In case if I make this into an actual podcast, we're concluding this. What I mean, like, is shut the fuck up, man. I mean, if I actually upload this and not just keep it a live thing, we got to know about that. I got to be more clear. If we end this, I got to think in terms of like, this might be a live video or no, an actual video cut up later on. Going to end this. Oh my fucking God, bro. I'm just gonna say thank you for joining me. It was a wonderful time. We're gonna talk more about pop culture, anime, gaming, all kinds of stuff. This is where we're gonna get the source and some news and interesting opinions. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was the Jesse Talk. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Okay, see, that's it. That's all. That's all. That's great. Until next time. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Okay, so in terms of games, you guys want to try something new today? Hold on. Let me see what I got. Let me see. We'll conclude this stream after we pick a game. I'll tell you, I've been playing some shit off stream if you guys want to see me play that, but I don't think you guys will like it at all. Library, bum 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 bum. We could always play Elden Ring, guys. We could always play Elden Ring. I'm kidding. We got Crosscode. We got Destiny 2. Poor Bungie, dude. Fuck me. They're going through it right now. Oh, jeez. We got Fallout 4. We got Visions of Mana demo. We could try that. I'm actually down for that. You guys want to try the Vision of Mana demo? It's a new game coming out. You call your podcast the Jesse Talk? We might. The Jesse Talk. Honestly, I might. How do I fucking gaming PC properties? Rec 709, boom. There we go. That's better. Why is Rec 709 so like uncontrasty? Like, is that just... Oh, that looks good. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Try it? Okay, Visions of Mana it is. Okay, I will be live in about like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes with the Visions of Mana demo. All right? I'll see you guys soon.